this your way, so you dey make me want to crazy. So when I see your face, so I go follow you go your place.
Then the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. Habakkuk 2:2, NKJV.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Amaniola here with another video for you guys today. So today's video is going to be about traveling essentials and things that you want to know if you're a college student and you plan on traveling or you have the desire to travel. I love to travel. This year alone, I've been to Tanzania, Zanzibar, same thing. I've been to Hawaii, I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Miami, and I'm in Manchester currently. Have I been anywhere else? I don't remember, but you can see that on my Instagram. I'll put my Instagram right here so you guys can follow me. I really encourage people my age, I'm 21, to travel. I feel like it's very essential to see the world. The world is so beautiful. If I can insert any clips, I will. But these are practical steps for you to be able to travel as a college student and make smart decisions about where you want to go, when you want to go. There's high season, there's low season for different places. And I'm not saying you have to go out of the country like I have, but start at home. Make a New York trip, make a DC trip, you know, make it a weekend getaway. Like these places can be really, really cheap to do these kind of things. So I always encourage my friends, or I encourage other people who always ask me how do I travel, to start at where you know. Maybe drive down to Pennsylvania with some friends. Like it could be as simple as that, but just make sure you see places even in your vicinity. Make sure you see places that you've never seen before. And it doesn't have to be Cancun. It doesn't have to be Africa. Like, start wherever you can. Without further ado, I will get into some of the tips that I recommend for being able to travel as a college student. So tip number one would be to budget. This is as clear as day, and I say it's the first tip because so many college students do not know how to budget. It's so important to know how to budget. Instead of eating out every week, maybe, you know, eat out once a week and then put that money in a travels account. So my first time traveling with my friends was last year to Cancun, and ever since then I've been traveling more frequently. So I made sure I had the desire to travel. So the first thing I did was I wrote it down in my prayer journal that God, the year of 2019, I would travel more. And like I said, I've been to over more than that. I went to Switzerland and I went to London this year. So I've been to over 5 countries this year. And I made that desire in my heart to know that I really want to travel. So I started, you know, putting it into fruition. Like I started to make it known that I really want to travel. I started to write stuff down where I want to go, make a list, you know, just because I really have the desire to travel. So the Bible says, write it down, make it plain. I always say this because it's true. So whatever you want to speak into existence, whatever you want to happen, I always write it down and I leave it in God's hands. So I started by budgeting. I'm the type of person to not really spend money on lackadaisical things. I don't spend money on things that don't have purpose. Like you won't catch me in the club spending thousands of dollars every weekend. You won't catch me spending hella money on alcohol. Like you just won't catch me doing stuff like that just because like I know what I want and I know where I want to go, you know? So I put aside, and I'm not telling everybody to do this, but I'm going to tell you something practical to do. I put aside 35% of my income towards my desires of traveling. Let's say I made $1,000 in a week, right? I'm going to put aside at least $300 towards that, and the rest goes to my bills, to eat and all that other stuff. If I can, some months when I'm feeling like, you know, very, you know, jittery to put money aside, I put aside at least 500 out of 1,000, you know? So it really helps me out to budget, and there's so many reward programs out there that really help you when you want to travel. And I encourage some credit cards, but I don't encourage being in debt. I encourage that to build your credit, but that's a different story because I don't really know how I feel about credit cards too. So I think just looking out and being like wise, whatever, when you're purchasing your stuff as well is important. But the only way you can do that is if you first learn how to budget. So write it down, get a little planning journal. I have a planning journal, and I just write down things that I want to happen, how much I put aside, and how much is to tithe, and all that other stuff, just to make sure I'm able to afford where I'm going. I'm not gonna go to Bali or Thailand and I am eating McDonald's because I didn't budget well. You know, I paid for the ticket, I paid for the place I'm staying, but I didn't budget well. So I'm going to these places and I'm eating ridiculous food. Like, if I'm going to travel, I'm going to travel in style. I'm not going to be frugal with my money because I already budgeted towards that trip. If you have to be frugal, don't travel. That's the first thing. If you have to be frugal with your money, you shouldn't be traveling. If you can't travel 3 times over, don't travel. And that's the honest truth. So the first thing would be budgeting. The second thing would be to travel off season. So this is the tea with the airlines. Traveling is way more expensive when people always want to travel. I'm talking about the December months, the summer months, the spring break months. So this is what I do. I make sure I buy my tickets 3 months in advance. If I don't buy my tickets 3 months in advance, I'm going to buy it either 3 weeks in advance, because that's when the tickets are getting cheaper because the airline wants to make their money. But if they still have seats available on the flight, they're not making their money. So then they bring down the tickets. So it's either 3 weeks or 3 months in advance that I purchase my ticket. When I say travel off season, I mean like travel in January when people are going back to school. Like, airlines need to make money all the time. Like, I traveled for my birthday and my Hawaii ticket was like $550. Mind you, Hawaii is usually like around $800. So because I was traveling off season, I was able to buy my ticket at a lower price than usual. So traveling off season is really dope. Granted, everybody can't do that. So I recommend, even if you want to go somewhere for spring break, we purchased our Cancun tickets in December or something like that, or January, and spring break was in March. So as you can see, like, you have to think ahead and also track prices. This goes into my third tip. So my third tip would be to always use Google Flights. Google Flights is your friend. Google Flights is your friend. So Google Flights has helped me save money so many times. Like, currently I'm in Manchester and I've already bought some of my tickets that I'm going to be going around Europe in, and it's crazy. Like, Google Flights tells me what date is the cheapest, the rate, the average, what the normal price is, if what I'm purchasing is cheaper than the normal price, the typical day to travel, the typical time period to travel. Like, Google Flights tells you all of these. Like, it's literally an algorithm built to tell you how to save money. Google Flights is the best thing that's ever happened, and I love Google Flights. You have to be smart with the jump. Like, I look for flights in the morning. Like, I'm talking about 3 a.m., 4 a.m. when the flights are the cheapest and nobody's looking for flights at that time. That's when your flights are going to be the cheapest, because in the daytime, everybody's trying to look for flights, and not everybody knows this. That would probably be my fourth tip, to look for flights in the AM, because nobody else is looking for flights at a time. People are sleeping, and it might be hard, but like, I'm telling you, you're gonna save yourself some coins, so do it. Okay, so my fifth tip would be to knock some spots out when you can. Like, for instance, I'm in Europe. The cheapest place, Europe is one of the cheapest places to travel from if you want to go to other countries. You know, like, America, like, we don't really have, I mean, yeah, we have like Cali and all that stuff, but in Europe they have so many different places within it that you can go to. So like, let's say for instance, I'm going to Barcelona. Like, my Barcelona ticket was 60 American dollars, 45 pounds. If I'm going to California from Maryland, I'm paying at least $500. So as you can see, you are able to see other places for cheaper when you're in one place already. I plan on touching a whole bunch of countries within Europe, and that's going to save me a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, because it's way cheaper. The tickets are 45 pounds, 65 pounds. I think the most expensive ticket I bought so far was probably Barcelona. The ticket I bought from Madrid was cheap. My other ticket was really cheap too. Like, there's just so many things that are cheaper when you are in one place, instead of if I'm going to Maryland to Spain, Maryland to this place, Maryland to this place, like I'm spending more money. So like you can kill 10 birds with one stone. So I would advise staying in one place for like 2 weeks and traveling to other places within that country. It'll save you a lot of money. Tip number 6 would be to travel with people. When you travel with people, it's cheaper. Find that group of friends that like to travel, that aren't annoying, you know, aren't broke, you know, like you don't want to travel with broke people. I tell you, wallahi to lie, you don't want to travel with broke people. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of dictate what you want to do. Like, let's say if I want to go ride an elephant. Oh, I don't have money to ride an elephant. Then why did you come to Bali? No, we're not doing that. So making sure you tell them from the get, y'all, this is what we doing. Y'all, we gotta live our best life. We can't be doing, oh, I'm broke. You can't be broke in a different country, baby. It don't work like that. So making sure you travel with friends who have money, and traveling with friends in general would definitely help you out. Okay, so my last tip would be look on sites such as booking.com, TripAdvisor. There's so many places to look. Sometimes they have all-inclusive. Places in Europe don't really have all-inclusive. America does not have all-inclusive, but places in like Mexico, Puerto Rico, all those places have all-inclusive deals, and that might save you a lot of money, because when I went to Cancun, I only spent $718 on the whole trip, from my flight to my eating, what I ate there, to drinks, to where I stayed. Everything was included in that price. The only thing I think I paid for separately was like when we went out for excursions, and then also when I had to purchase like I had to get my suitcase. So you have to pay $35 on your airline to get your suitcase. So that's the only thing I paid for. So all-inclusive might be the move as well. But yeah, booking.com, TripAdvisory, there's so many more. Like, I'm gonna link them down below that I use personally when I want to find a location. Sometimes I use Airbnbs, but you guys would be surprised. Sometimes hotels are way cheaper than Airbnbs. I think Airbnb is just trying to, you know, saturate the industry and distract us away from hotels. But hotels have been cheaper for me. Like, the places I'm going in Europe, I think, yeah, everywhere I'm going right now, they're all hotels. I'm not saying an Airbnb right now, because they're way cheaper than Airbnbs, and they're nice. They're hotels, like they're like 4 stars and above are cheaper than Airbnbs. So I feel like that's a pro as well. So looking at sites, like, you just got to make a plan. You really got to make a plan. Like, writing stuff down has helped me so much in traveling and making itinerary. If your friend is not the organized friend, you got to be the organized friend, because your trip will suck if you don't have stuff to do. But also, I would say just kind of like, you know, let loose a little bit. Like, when you get there, like, just go along with the flow type stuff. I think we had a little bit of plans for Zanzibar, but we also went with the flow a bit, I think. In Hawaii, we definitely went for, like, me and my little definitely went with the flow, and that was really fun. I think Hawaii was my funnest trip, just because I really liked it. It was not too hot. It was so nice, you know. But definitely going with the flow. It makes your trip more fun. It makes it more memorable, and not always taking pictures, or like, I hate that. I hate going to destinations and it's all about picture, 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 picture. I hate that. You're not living in the moment. I did not spend thousands of dollars to come to this place to just take pictures for people to see. Granted, I like pictures. I'm going to take some, but my whole trip cannot be about, ooh, picture, ooh, photo op, ooh, this, ooh, photo shoot. Please, please. We cannot come and kill ourselves to be a fair photo for Instagram. A joke. But pictures are cute. So, yeah. But those are my tips for you guys on traveling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what places you want to go. I plan on doing a giveaway next year for my 22nd birthday. Let's see if we can get to 1K though. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.